Hey guys, this is what if that goes to Terminator Part 2. But hey guys, I want you guys an update first. I am gonna do the Joy of Creation. But you see guys, you like this design. I decided to change it. If you guys really like this, what if Deku was Reddit, I will do that. You guys like how I did this? If you really did, I really would like if you'd smash the like button if you liked how I did the design and everything and the eyes. Yeah. Tried to do my best, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. Enjoy this video coming up, maybe pretty soon, I don't know. I also have this. If you guys want it to be like this, I will. This will be the new Deku's Terminator. Okay. So, we have Deku as anyway, I will start the story. As Skynet said to Deku that as soon as Deku got to UA, Skynet said, he said, "Hey, Deku, we have a little bit of a problem." And what is that? "You're running late on school." And Deku says, "Why would I need to go to school?" "It's the UA entry. It's from UA." Deku says, "Oh shoot! I gotta get my bike." And wait. We have a problem actually. Skynet saying like Deku's like, what's the problem? You see, I had to improve your bike a little bit, so it just got done. So please take it easy. And I also picked up a few things on radar, a few Terminators. How many are there? 6 or 7. What number are they? Well, as far as I can gather, there are 3 800s, and the rest I don't know their ID yet, or the number of what T number they are yet. So this is great. Might as well get on my bike. Let's pretend Deku's whistling. Deku gets on his bike. The Terminator T400 says, "Have a good day, sir." Deku says, "Thank you, and good day to you, garbage can." And Terminator's like, processing. Deku says, "God damn, these things are not very smart. They're strong, but not as strong as the T800. Deku riding his bike in the desert. If you guys are wondering, yes, there will be a Terminator fight pretty soon. And someone said if Juno can hear Skynet's voice, she can, but she can only hear it. He can hear his voice. But I will get into detail of that later. As Deku arrives at UA, everyone's like, "Bakugo's there." Bye, Mom. Jeez, I'm trying to shoot a video. I'm sorry, guys. And my mom's also watching the series. She's enjoying this. So yeah. This is what if Deku was. Okay, sorry guys. As Deku gets out of his motorcycle, he sees like Oraka, the person he saved, and All Might's hiding in the still looking at the footage of Deku being 0 pointer and almost saying like, "What kind of quirk is that? He has super speed, he can jump, and he gets out of there without a scratch." All Might's looking at the footage, so it's gonna take him a while to figure out that Deku's not really human. He's a more built-in machine. And if you're wondering if Deku could have children, I'll leave it up to you guys. If you just want to do that. And I serve my God if I have my mic mute. Okay, I do not. Okay. Deku gets to class. He sees Aizawa there. Aizawa's like sleeping because Deku didn't see him. Deku's just like thermal vision to see Aizawa. It says, "Life form detected." warning, very low temperature. And that's when Ida and Bakugo get into class, and the rest of the class when it gets in there, Aizawa was still sleeping. That's when Ida and Bakugo begin like arguing. And that's when Orok comes to class and she just sees the person that um she was saved from. She, she was saved. I can't pronounce this. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. As Deku begins to like say like, like in his head's like, oh, that's her. And Oraka walks up to Deku and she's like bowing, like, thank you for rescuing me. Deku says, it's no problem. Anyone would have done that in that reaction. As as Aizawa like goes up in the sleeping bag's like, okay, shut up, kids. You're too noisy. Everyone shuts up. Deku's still analyzing his quirk, and he's asked Skynet what his quirk is. Skynet like hacks into UA system without UA even noticing, because UA Skynet's too advanced that they just think it's part of their software system. So yeah, he's already in the UA system. Skynet says his name is Eraserhead. He can cancel any type of quirk. Any type? Yeah, unfortunately. Unfortunately for us, we don't have a quirk. You're just completely cybernetic. And I figured out what kind of Terminator Deku will be. He's like the first human experiments, like where the Terminator's machines. I don't know. I'm silly. Terminators might rise. It's a Terminator that has human feelings, but he's mixed with the T1000 like his liquid, but it's the Rev 9 nanobike site, not then nanobots. Yeah, there you go, nanobots. Okay. And yeah. So Deku's sitting in class. He's like listening to the teacher how they're going to use a physical exam or physical test, and he says, whoever scores the least lowest score gets kicked out of UA. And I'm like, what? And Aizawa says, the changing room's on the left and the right. Just go down the stairs and you'll be there. Everyone dashes. Of course, Deku, being the smart boy he is, just decides to walk there. Of course, one of the girls is like late because they were doing something. I just seen it was Mina because it wasn't. Oh, she wasn't late, but she just got lost, and the girls had to go find her. Deku decided to just walk into the boys' change room. The boys like left as soon as Deku. The boys already were gone as Deku got there. Deku. Oh wait, no. Oh, that's when Deku got there. Mineta was like waiting for the girls, and as he was getting changed, he looks at the people like a pervert he is. As Mineta does this, Deku looks at this and he just says, "What are you looking at? Looking at girls or watch, man?" Oh, sure, I want to watch. Deku grabs Mineta's face, and no, my mom has not watched Hero Academia. So, mom, watch that. And if you don't watch it, then I'm ashamed of you. I'm disappointed. I just want to say that. As Mineta's face is getting slowly squeezed, his face hits into a locker. And no, he just has a broken face and bloody nose. Deku like patches him up with bandages and he just throws him out. And girls were already there. They said, well, at least someone had some decency. One of the girls was curious who was like the guy who just killed the pervert. All of them look at the hole where Deku's like changing. I want to say he's like extremely muscular. He's like has that physique and everything. As they're like watching Deku change, he's like flexing, and Skynet tells Deku that he's being watched by the girls, and Deku says, "Oh, I know." Deku does one of those sexy flexes that makes girls bleed, and he does it. He just makes all the girls bleed. And when they all come out, they have bloody noses. And Deku said, as Deku got like finished changing, Deku got out, and the girls had bloody like tissues in their noses. And Deku said to them, "Did you enjoy the show?" And all of them were like blushing, like, "You knew we were watching you." Deku said, "Yeah, It's not that hard to feel someone watching you and also hear them breathing." So all of them were like embarrassed as Deku gets out and the girls got out. And that's when Aizawa said, "You're late, but I will accept it. Because I don't care. I don't get paid enough for this." As Deku begins to get up from, like, be hearing his name being called by Aizawa, Aizawa said, "Since you score the highest score, you get to go first." And Bakugo's like, "What? How did he score the highest score?" "Well, Bakugo, he beat your score by, what, like, 800 points." Bakugo said, "What?" Arrgh! Bak- but Bakugo like stepped down. He just like accepted it. It's like, "Arrgh." As Aizawa hands Deku the ball, Deku says, "You may want to cover your ears." Aizawa says, "Why?" "Because if I throw this, your eardrums will like bleed." And Aizawa says, "Okay." Everyone put these earplugs in. We're good because he says if he throws it, you'll burst your eardrums. And Deku says, "Does everyone have their eardrums?" And Aizawa says, "Yes, all of them do." "Okay, here I go." Deku throws it, breaking the sound barrier like 3 times, and it goes into space. It goes to space, and it hits Mars. It gives Mars a crack, and the calculator says error, 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 infinity, and the calculator just like blows up. And Aizawa says, "Huh, I have never seen that before." So years can't be measured. And Deku says, "Oh, it can be measured." And Aizawa says, "What do you mean?" "Oh, just look at Mars in the video." Deku's like smiling. It's like, "Okay, I'll look at that later." And as you know, the test goes as usual. Deku like destroying everyone. Not in the movie or anime. As Deku's like gets back to class, has all chains and everything, Aizawa says that a special someone's gonna be coming up with them today. And that's when Deku has a phone. He has a Skynet phone. It looks like a regular iPhone, but it's hella advanced. By that time when Deku was taking that, there were 2 Terminators nearby, a T-800 and a T-850. I don't know why I say 850 all the time. If you guys just not 800s, that's it, 800s. There's one closest to Deku, but he didn't. That the Terminator didn't know that Deku was close by. As Deku begins to get on his motorcycle, Deku leaves his phone at a desk as Aizawa finished class. Deku's like leaving like right now, and when Juno's like passing by, she sees his phone. Juno's like, "Hey, wait!" And he's already gone. He's already at his bike, and he's like riding this bike all the way back to the desert. And she says, "Oh, I can give back his phone when he comes back to when he's back at school." And that's when Deku's like, "Huh. Uh, I have a feeling I forgot something, but oh well." As Juno's like in her house, she's like curious about what kind of music he listens to. Because he had earphones on, And I know Skynet could just go into Deku's head, but he likes to listen to music sometimes. And he knew he could play in his head, but he likes the human style of it, just to make him blend in more. So Juno plugs in her ear jacks, and when she plugs them in, she hears Skynet's like voice of him talking to Deku. She also sees like the like every like numbers, systems, and like satellite dishes. She can see everything. And Skynet detects this. Skynet like turns around and just sees like Juno right there, and like Deku, the of them talking, because Deku did not know this. Only Skynet did, because he's way more advanced than Deku is. Skynet and Juno's like immediately like pulls out her earjack as fast as she could, and she said, "What was that?" Oh, she like falls over her bed, and she hits her closet, and she's like, "Says, what was that? My what was that? My head hurts. It feels like my head's on fire. It's like popping." And that's when her Juno's mom comes in the room. She like says, "Are you okay, sweetie?" Juno says, "Yeah, I'm fine. Just do you have any headache? Do you have any headache medicine?" And she says, "I think we do, sweetie. I'll go check the medicine cabinet." As Juno's mom was like leaves the room, she like to say, "Honey, do you know where the Do you know where the medicine is?" Yeah, I do actually." Juno's dad. "It's at the left corridor. Uh, look down, and there you should see a bottle in the cupboard, sweetie." And she says, "Oh, thank you, sweetie. I found it. Thank you so much." And he says, "No problem. What's it for?" "It's for our daughter. She has a headache." "Oh, how'd she get that?" She doesn't really know." Hmm. Okay. And that's when the T-800 responds to this. As she didn't know that Skynet was trying to keep the frequency as like a normal network, but as Juno went into the network, she like once was said like a satellite dish to the Terminators. One of the Terminators was nearby it and responded like Skynet like Skynet signature detected. And this Terminator's like his name's Bah. Like I don't know. Okay, is this a T-800 wearing clothes? And the Terminator says, "Ah, I'm going on lunch break," and all of them just call him like Phil. Phil, okay, Phil, but be back tomorrow then, since it's your lunch break. He says, "I will." And all of like saying, "He's been so hard working, and he just says he wants a lunch break." And all the coworkers saying like, well, "Yeah, he never takes a lunch break, never. So I think he earns that lunch break." All like saying, "Yeah, that's true." No, no, no. Self. All of them don't even know that Phil's the Terminator. As Terminator gets suits up in leather boots, leather clothes, and he has a shotgun, and and he has a shotgun. As Juno's mom gives her the pills, and she takes a glass of water, and she says, "Thanks, that should really help my headache, Mom. Anything anything new happen to work today, Mom?" "No, sweetie, I'm afraid not." "Well, nothing much actually, sweetie." "Well," someone's knocking at the door. Like Juno's dad's like, "Who is it?" No one responds, and Juno's dad's like, "Sweetie, just just close the door." "Juno, can you close the door, please? It's to your room." Juno's like, "All right, Dad." She closes the door. As she does so, determined, and Juno's dad says, "Who is it? Who is it? Could you please tell me your name?" Knock, knock. And Juno's dad's like, who's there? Shot. Shot who? Terminator breaks down the door. Shotgun to your face. He shoots at Juno's dad's like face, completely like gone. As Juno's mom's horrified, she is horrified. She's like, oh no, oh no. She's running. She is running to like go to the phone, and Terminator sees this. He shoots the phone. He shoots Juno's mom's legs, like her kneecaps. Terminator scans the room. He sees signal, origin signal, origin of the signal located. Going to that room. As she's going to there, Juno's mom's holding the Terminator's leg. She said, Juno, call the police. Terminator looks at Juno's mom. The Terminator just the shotgun, and he shoots Juno's mom in the head. She's like terrified. And Skynet just told Deku that there's a T-800 after one of his classmates, and he said shit. Deku turns like does a Tokyo drift and just turns around, just going back to all the way to the city. ETA, 3 minutes. Damn it. As Terminator is like walking into the room, he opens the door, but the door is like barricaded. But this is not a problem for Terminator. Terminator just like breaks down the door, like destroying the stuff that Juno's was barricaded. She said, like, who are you? What do you want? Where is Skynet? And she says, I don't know who Skynet is. Detecting lie. No lie detected. Phone. Origin. Signal received. Actual origin. So Terminator grabs the phone. Signal. Tapped. Girl. Not needed. Terminate. As he's pointing the shotgun at Juno. She's like horrified. And that's when Deku arrives at the doorstep. He like jumps through the window where Juno is. He like tackles the Terminator, but the Terminator shoots Juno in the arm. And Deku says, "Are you alright?" Juno's like, "Yeah, I'm fine. It hurts." Deku said, oh, "Give me that phone, you damn machine." Juno's like, what are you talking about? There's no time for that. Here. Take my phone. And Deku said, I knew I forgot something. It's my phone. Juno's like, yeah, you kind of forgot it. And Deku's like, okay, here, take my phone and put it on my bike. But Juno's like, why? If you put it on my bike, it'll direct you to a hospital. Just go. I can handle this guy. As Terminator's like struggling to get the phone, the Terminator's like scans Deku like, Terminator detected. Project name. Deku. Target acquired. As the Terminator like kicks Deku like in the chest, Deku goes up to the roof, breaks the floors to the roof. Deku comes back down. The Terminator grabs Deku by the throat. He throws him out the window, causing a huge crash. As Deku's like there, and as this was happening, Juno's like finds Deku's bike, and Juno notices that his bike looked a bit different. As she remembered what Deku told her to put the phone in the center. As she did so, and the phone activated like, welcome, my name It's Alex. Where can I take you? Because that's Skynet talking, just lying. The hospital. Okay, get on. As she gets on, the bike's like zooming like really fast. It's like even the police cars can't even see it. It's too fast. As she gets to the hospital, Deku's she gets to the hospital and the bike's like, get off. And she like she immediately does so as the two nurses like grab her and rushing her to the emergency room to get operations because there are still shotgun shells in her arm. So yeah, and that's when they notice the bike's like doing a wheelie and then like going all the way back to Deku. No, it doesn't do that yet. I'm not gonna say that doesn't do that yet. As the continuation of the fight of Deku versus the T-800, Deku and the T-800 are brawling it out. As Deku requested the bike came doing the wheelie. The bike came as Deku was driving off. The Terminator grabbed onto Deku's arm, and Deku decided to like go to a smelting facility where they were smelting iron. Or no smelting facility, just an abandoned building. And that's when the Terminator began fighting Deku. The Terminator, noticing that Deku's like heart was beating, that gave the Terminator idea to stop his heart and to exceed determination. As the Terminator is doing this, Terminator sees metal metal rod. There's a really big metal rod, and he begins hitting Deku in the face with it. Hitting his face, it peels off Deku's entire face, revealing the cybernetic like skeleton that's in his skin. As Deku does so, Deku's like Terminator begins like ramming Deku, like pins Deku. He uses the steel pipe rod to jam a metal pipe through Deku's gut, but it was like all metal and stuff. So he was like Deku was stuck, and he bent the pipe all the way to the left so he can escape. As Deku was like pinned, Deku was like analyzing the damage. It's like analyzing damage. Damage not exceeding to eternal heart. Heart still operational. The Terminator begins to like leave, but he gets a truck and he starts ramming Deku with it. And Deku always hears this noise like, is that a truck? As the truck breaks down the concrete wall, slamming to Deku. And Terminator backs up the truck again and slams Deku again. And he's gonna do it a third time, but as he was about to, Deku like ripped the pipe rod out of his like stomach, out of his stomach. He lodges it into the tire. Deku like dashes straight to the truck, and he slides down the truck, and he puts the pipe straight through the truck's engine as he's sliding down. As the Terminator's like gets out of the truck, now some of the Terminator's like arms completely exposed, and the leg is fully like cybernetic with the endoskeleton. That's how much it's exposed, and also his eyes are so robotic. He can also see how much it is exposed. Dick was like saying like, God damn, these T-800s are tough. I'll give Skynet that. As the Terminator grabs, as Deku like goes for punch, the Terminator grabs Deku's arm. He twists it, disabling Deku's arm. Like, and Terry begins punching, and the Terminator punches Deku in the face. But as Deku with his good arm grabbed the Terminator's other arm and disabled that one, so it would be fair. And Deku's across, like he flew into a gun shop that the person was not there at the time. But as Deku was being flung, Deku was like his face is now his hands are exposed. There's like in his like arms, there's like some pieces of skin missing, so we could see some of his endoskeleton. Even some of his fingers are like his like whole hand is like completely exposed to like it's just a skeleton or a robotic hand now exposed. Even his like pants, you can see visibly see this like the tissue gone, and just although it was underneath the tissue was metal. And Deku's like analyzing the damage. Is like damage, skin damage, deteriorating, exposure 75%. Exposure is 65%. Deku's like saying, "God damn it!" And Deku notices that there's a grenade launcher right in front of there because the freaking guy, the guy that was running the gun store, decided to like have that in underneath his counter. If people try to rob him, and they're like, "Okay, we're leaving." Deku grabs it, and Deku starts like walking towards the Terminator. He begins like shooting at it, like with each shot, this like knocking the Terminator back. As Deku used like the first shot to hit the Terminator, just down the Terminator for a few seconds, but then the Terminator got up. Deku shot another shot. The Terminator went flying into a concrete wall where the truck was, and that's when Deku ran out of ammo, using the last shot to make sure that the Terminator was like still like down, and that's when Deku saw a metal pipe rod and like rushing Deku. Terminator tried to punch Deku's heart to stop his heart from beating. Deku was smart. Deku used his like hand that was disabled to block the punch, but it damaged Deku's finger, like his like left arm that was exposing like some metal and skin. So that arm can't use it. Deku like analyzing like with the Terminator's like next move. Deku decided to be smart. He stood still, and Terminator's like, "Triple target, uppercut left, straight ahead." The Terminator goes like throws a fist going straight, but Deku dodges it, and the Terminator's fist is stuck in the concrete wall. And that's when Deku decides to grab onto the Terminator, like okay, stab a steel pipe rod into the Terminator's like neck, because Deku, when Deku was in the gun shop, he saw a metal pipe rod sticking out of the concrete, so he took it, and that's when Deku began to like twist Terminator's like the T-800's head off. It's like, and the eyes were like, and the whole body like was like that. And Deku was like saying like damage analysis 77% damaged. It was like, ah, oh, damn. And Deku notices that there are some ambulances. There's like one ambulance force that was there. They said, "Are you guys alright?" And Deku said, "Damn it, no witnesses." That's when Deku decided to snap the guy's neck and just snap the other person's neck, and just set fire onto the vehicle, but not after. As soon as Deku found a body bag, Deku grabbed the body bag, and then he just kicked the ambulance vehicle like to the side where the cops were coming. So that's what Deku did. Deku like opened the bag, placing the T-800's like body there. As Deku called for his bike, Deku like looked at a gun store again. He grabbed some boots, some like fresh pair of pants, and a new shirt and a jacket and some gloves and a face mask. As Deku was doing this, one of the erasers, Midnight, came right there. It was like, "Hold it right there, villain." And Deku's like, "Huh, villain, you say? Huh, I'm just retrieving what's my property." And Midnight's like saying, "No, you haven't. You killed those people." And he says, "I know, but they were not supposed to see what they're supposed to see. But they had to go." And Midnight's like saying, "Well, I don't care. Take this, villain." as Midnight's punching goes for like a fist to punch to the ground where Deku is, Deku just puts up his hand, just stops Midnight's like punch, and then Deku just pushes Midnight over like the buildings, and she says, "That's never happened before." As Deku bike gets there, Deku hops on his bike, and he tells the bike to change its color and its design. The bike does so, and Deku says, "This is Sierra Midnight." As the bike like rides off, it's like the bike's like gone. Midnight kept just chasing after it, but then Deku decided to use a smoke bomb, and it blinded her. She didn't know where he went. As Deku begins to like say like, "Damn, if I took in any more damage, I would have lost complete function." Skyne's like saying like, "Yeah, that T800 was pretty more tougher than I expected. I thought you'd be able to handle it." Deku says, "Yeah, well, at least we got something out of it." Skyne's like saying, "Yes, we got an exoskeleton that has head removed, but that can easily be repaired, and with some programming, it could be useful." Deku says, "Yeah, it will be useful." As Deku gets back to his 4 hours later, it takes Deku like 4 hours just to get to his base. I'll just say that's how long. Deku, as soon as Deku like goes to the invisible force field, Deku like the T400 gets like looks at Deku, scans the targets like, "Who are you?" Deku like pulls down his hood and like reveals his face to the Terminator's like, "Oh, you've taken heavy damage. Do you need assistance?" Deku says, "Yeah. Can you take me into the base, and could you also carry this for me?" "Yes." "Whoa, it's just really heavy." "What's in it?" "The T800. "Oh, iron. Okay." And Genesis and Skynet's like, "What? How did this happen?" And Jacob says, "Quit being an idiot. You were there with me." And Skynet's like, "Yeah, I kind of was." and Sky was like, "God, I really hope that I get fucking prepared for this shit." It takes for Deku to be repaired, it would take him for like 5 to 10 hours. Like it takes him like 6 hours for him being repaired, and it's still in the middle of the night. Like 3 hours for Deku to get repaired. As Deku's getting repaired, he's like saying like, "Well, someone's gonna be suspicious." And Skynet's like saying, "Yes, that Juno girl." And Deku says, "Yeah, what should we do for?" Skynet says, "Well, let's not. Well, we can't kill her because she's in your class, and it would be kind of suspicious, won't you think?" And Deku says, "Yeah, but I would never kill her unless you ordered me to." Skynet says, "Well, I'm not going to order you to. You have your own free will. If it just assures like your existence and mine, that's fair enough. But why are you want me talking about her?" Skynet says, "Well, I checked if she has any real guardians. She does not, unfortunately. And I checked if she could get the job and pay the bills. Unfortunately, she cannot. So, I have arranged for you to take care of her." And Deku says, "What? But I don't want to." Genesis says, "Well, I like to be more human active, and it could give us a good opportunity. Plus, she saw everything." Deku says, "What do you mean?" "She saw everything on your phone. As soon as she linked, she heard my voice. She could see me, but barely. She has incredible skill. So I want her here for study." Deku says, "Fine." And that's why I'm going to end the chapter off. Hope you guys enjoyed it. and I'll see you.